Here we're at the second installment of Some Idiot Said. And here we're talking about who can and who can't be a feminist. Spoiler alert, everyone can be, if they just tried. Today's topic is if men should be included in feminism. Trigger warning. Sexism, transphobia, homophobia. First, we'll look at the YouTube comment section on the video by Keith Universe, a YouTuber who, just like me, is a male feminist. Like me, he believes that feminism is about inclusion, but there are those who dabble in exclusionary feminism. Here's the link to the video. See, I'll leave it in the description so that you could see it followed on your own time. The video is quite unpopular, but I'm sure it's due to people being nasty online. Anyway, the person in question who will be analyzing goes by Mark8, and I'm pretty sure that there hope that people mistake them for Mark Hamill without username. Unlike the previous one, they have gotten a bit of support, which worries me. And here are their corrosive comments. There's obvious hypocrisy in a man saying that feminism is for cishet women only, and any movement that includes men is automatically non-feminist. And plus, when someone says that the movement must define itself by who they exclude, yeah, you could definitely tell that person would agree with Hitler on at least a few things. And yeah, TERF align themselves with a person's BS through their bigotry erasure. He argues that I'm arbitrarily redefining feminism while I use a dictionary definition, and he is the one who's arbitrarily redefining feminism to fit his own narrative. He believes that movements are about exclusion, which is pretty Nazi-esque. Here's why excluding men from feminism is bad, because when you feminism that excludes men instead of resolving the patriarchy to limit it, completely turns it on its head. These men hating feminism or misandry boils down to women good, men bad, which oversimplifies the picture. There are good men who support feminism wholeheartedly, and bad women who knowingly or unknowingly defend the patriarchy. Feminism is intersectional, and exclusion runs in direct anathema to feminism's aim to create an equal world for everybody. Movements about equality, which feminism is, as soon as they exclude a group of people, are immediately no longer about equality. They're only using it as a front. Man hate is where TERFs come from, as their ideology boils down to men bad, women good, plus only sex matters, and gender does not equals trans women bad, trans men confused. The more people you exclude from your movement, the less it becomes about equality, the more it becomes about creating or reinforcing an arbitrary social hierarchy. Misandry is about excluding men and making a social system where women are treated as superior to men, and feminism is about creating a society where all genders are treated as equal to one another. By excluding and yeah, I have to say that saying that a man can't be a feminist is like saying that a cishet person cannot be an ally, or saying that a white person cannot support racial equality. It's basically saying that just because you're part of a privileged group, you're automatically the bad guy, which is 100% false and wrong. I am not trying to absolve anyone of guilt. I am just trying to say that being a member of a privileged group does not automatically mean that you're an evil bigot and you have no part in the fight for equality. And yeah, if you exclude and discriminate against men or any other privileged group, all that is done is vindicate the people who say that your movement and the whole ideas of the movement that the reverse bigot claims to be a part of is not as much about eliminating the social hierarchy as well as it is about getting revenge on the oppressors by making them into oppressed. Equality and subjugation are opposites. If you can't fight hatred and bigotry with more hate, that only adds fuel to the fire. And you can only destroy hatred with love. Another problem is that people become what you treat them as. Tell them that they're good and they'll be motivated to be good, and it makes them happier. However, being labeled as bad has the opposite effect, destroying one's psyche and inclining them to act in ways that make their criticisms found in reality. The effects are more noticeable the more frequent what is called good or bad. Children tend to grow up to be delinquents because they've been treated as delinquents, and they become failures because they've been treated as failures. However, kids who are treated as successful and good in are constantly praised, succeed, and show virtue, and the same as adults. If you argue that a man can't be a feminist, then you run the risk of turning a man who would otherwise be an ally to women against feminism. And also, if you don't let men into feminism, there's no way they could learn to understand what it's all about. And without that knowledge, it's far harder for a man to make a genuine contribution to feminism. And not only can men be feminists, but they should be. Here's a link to the video by Keith's Universe that explains it. And that too, I'll put it in the comment section. I'll put it in the description for you to see. Basically, what Keith is getting at is that the patriarchy harms men by teaching them that they should be cold-blooded, angry, and toxic, which are not the traits of a man. A man cries, he feels, he accepts when things don't go his way. A beast doesn't do any of these things. And in a feminist society, all genders and sexes are treated as equal to one another, and thus men aren't taught toxic traits such as narcissism, rage, poor self-worth, and detachment to one's emotions, which are all traits that lead to more men killing themselves and other societal issues such as incels. Yes, feminism is teaching people to rise up and replace the system, but the system we have is long overdue for replacement. The patriarchy benefits nobody and treats everybody as inhuman. Okay, mother. Anyways, feminism is not only about teaching women to stand up for themselves and not let men control them and their bodies, but it's also teaching men how to have basic human decency. Feminism is about giving everybody a degree of humanity and independence that the patriarchy will never give. And by gatekeeping feminism, you're creating a misrepresentation of it that causes more harm than good. Feminism is not about hating men, it's about dissolving a millennial system that hates everybody but harms different portions of a population in different ways. Anyways, those are my thoughts. How about yours?